What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Now today we are back here. As you can see, today we are going to be finally going through my 2024 IPL season power rankings. Officially, you can see the brackets all on screen. We will explain in a moment, but hey, if you're new around here, hit that subscribe button, leave a like for the IPL season, which starts in what, 3 to 4 days now. I can't believe how quickly it's come around. I know that the WPL finished, obviously. We did the memes episode yesterday, and then carries very quickly into the men's season. So it really is like the festival has begun and we're into it now. Of course, all of the teams are doing their special, announcements before the season starts. We've got the squads obviously official. They've been here. So we are going to go through my power rankings. Of course, make sure you comment yours down below. It's all just opinion based, because at the end of the day, we're not going to be right. It's just a guess, and it's just to have some fun. So don't get upset if I put your team down the bottom, because guess what? My team is probably going to be down there too. So hey, we're going to jump straight into this one. Let's do it. IPL power rankings time. We're not here to mess around. As you can see, we've got literally every single squad at the top there. So if I need to double check any team, we will be doing that. All right, let's go. The brackets here are contenders, self-explanatory. You're contending for the title, in my opinion. Around the mark, now that's like I think you're going to be pushing for the playoffs, but you might just miss. But bit of a 50-50 for the playoffs. Underrated, I don't think they're going to make the playoffs, but I think they're going to cause some damage in the season. And then at the end, we've got Kavya Moran. Now, of course, she is a spectator, and that literally just sitting in the stands. That's essentially what that bracket is. It means more or so you're asking what's for dinner, what's for lunch, and you're just not really there for it. So hey, we're going to jump into it. Let's do it. CSK right off the bat. And this is the most easiest one, of course. Did win the title last year, still under the great MS Dhoni. There's been a few changes around. They've had a few injuries. I mean, let's just go to the squad, right? Like, we might as well do it. They've had pretty much, so they've had Conway obviously has withdrawn. That's a bit of a big loss at the top there. They've picked up Rizvi, the young star. They've still got their all-rounders, which are pretty much nailed in. Of course, they've picked up Rachin Ravindra, one of the most exciting young prospects in cricket. Into the bowlers, Deepak Deshpande Chowdhury, Paddy Rana, Lord Takua, and Thikshana. Obviously, that's a pretty solid bowling unit, on top of having Jadeja. So, they're looking pretty solid. Of course, Mustafiza Rahman, I think he got injured last night in the Bangladesh v Sri Lanka match, so I'm unsure if he's going to be fit. But if he's fit, that's just another absolute sensational pickup for CSK. So yeah, that is pretty easy when you are the reigning title winners and your captain is the GOAT. You're going to be a contender. All right, let's move on. The Delhi Capitals, Ricky Ponting's boys. This could be... Look, of course, I love Delhi. It's like one of my favourite IPL teams. I am a Punjab King fan, if you don't know that. But Delhi, Ricky Ponting, Mitch Marsh, David Warner, Rishabh Pant. There's so much to love about that team. I think they also have a few other Australians, don't they? Let's have a look, actually. Let's just go to it. So, obviously, Rishabh. The great man now, Jake Fraser McGurk, of course, who replaced... He replaced someone, but that's an awesome pickup. I'm so excited for that. Shai Hope, of course, is there. Prithvi Shaw on the comeback. David Warner. Tristan Stubbs is there now. Harry Brook has withdrawn, but does that mean anything? Not really. He would have just sat on the bench anyway. He is a waste of money. The all-rounders, Mitchell Marsh, Patel, bowlers. Their bowling... Ooh, I was about to say their bowling looks a little bit weak, but they've actually got a pretty good bowling lineup of Kumar, Yadav, Nordicky, Ishant, Jai Richardson. That's a pretty solid bowling lineup. Of course, Ngidi has withdrawn due to injury, I believe, but it's a solid squad. Yeah, it's a solid squad. I think we're going to put them in underrated for now. Of course, we can change it, but I just think, can we expect Rishabh Pant to really come back into this team and just guide them into glory straight away. I think it's going to take some time to glue the team back together. David Warner has never really played with Richard. They just need to mix and match again. So I think they're going to be good, but I think they're going to be like last season and just a little bit inconsistent again. So underrated, but they almost slip into the spectators. All right, Gujarat Titans, of course, been in for the competition for 2 seasons now. They won the title in their first year and then finished second last season to CSK. They've lost their captain, Hardik Pandya. He said, "Give me the money, Mumbai, and I'm out of here." So yeah, they lost their captain, which of course, you know, whether or not you think he's a great player or not, he was their captain. He was probably their most important guy on that team. So a big loss. Shubman Gill now stands up into that role. But I think Gujarat still have one of the most absolute stacked lineups, and they're going to go into contenders for me. I mean, I don't really need to look at their squad, but it is one of the most strongest teams on paper. Shubman Gill, David Miller, Saha, Surdarsan, Shah Rukh Khan, who I think is going to be an amazing pickup. Matthew Wade, Kane Williamson, who of course has had his injury troubles. And just to see him healthy in the IPL will be awesome. Omarzai, great pickup. Manohar, Rashid Khan. They've still got the Mr. 3D, Vijay Shankar, which is just awesome. Of course, Tawatia, the finisher. This is probably my only little concern with the Titans team, is that their bowling is a little bit... Oh, actually, I don't know. I might have to change them now, because I'm looking at their bowling and I'm thinking Spencer Johnson has never played IPL. That's a bit risky. Tiagi, he's good, but he's still quite young. Josh Little, he's Nalakande, whatever. Noor Ahmad, cool. Kishore obviously is an up-and-coming superstar. Mohit Sharma's 45 years old, and Umesh Yadav is pretty much 40 himself as well. So Mohammad Shami not there due to injury. I think I'm going to move them down to around the mark. I just actually now having a double look at their squad, I think they're going to be good, but maybe not contenders straight away. All right, so Kolkata Knight Riders, Mitchell Starc, Rinku Singh. Let's just get into it. I did see a photo this morning. Someone tagged me on Twitter of a photo of Mitchell Starc and Rinku Singh in the new Kolkata jersey. By the way, that made me so happy to see. So that's awesome. But where will Kolkata be? Now, didn't have a great season last year, let's be honest. This is a pretty proud franchise that usually is in the playoffs. So wasn't a great year. Shrika Bharat's there, Manish Pandey, Gabaz, Ramandeep Singh, Rana, Rutherford, Salt, and the GOAT Rinku Singh. So, of course, Jason Roy not there, but who cares? So, that batting, they've got, their depth is amazing with the batting. Like, that is a very solid batting group. The all-rounders is just as good. I mean, you've got Venki Iyer, Sunny Narayan, Dre Russell, and Anukul Roy. That's a pretty good bunch of all-rounders there. And into the bowlers, Chamira, Majib, Vaibhav, Sakaraya, Stark, Sharma, Chakravarthi. And a couple of those guys down the bottom. So, who is that? Gus Atkinson withdrawn. So, why is every English player not playing the IPL? Are they scared to come back to India after the Test series? Anyways, I suppose Kolkata around the mark again. Just looking again at their squad, I think they're slightly ahead of the Titans. Thinking about it, I just think their bowling unit might hold them in good stead. They've still got so much good experience. I think Kolkata might have close to the most experienced team out there. They seem to have a lot of veterans. Dre Russ, obviously, Sunny Narayan in that top order. There's a lot of experience. So I think they're going to go pretty deep this year and should be around the mark. The Lucknow Super Giants. Yeah, this is an easy one for me. Now, they are easily contenders. I was doing my power rankings last night before I went to bed, just kind of like getting my rough draft and idea of where I want the teams to be. And I didn't realize how stacked their team is. Look at this. So KL Rahul, he's going to move down to number 5, we believe, which I think is a really good move. Badoni, he's going to be a star. Q to K, Devdutt Padikkal, that's the new opening pair. That is pretty good. Nicholas Paran, Ashton Turner as a bit of backup, Gotham, Hooter, Kulkarni, Kyle Mayers, Krunal Pandya, Willie, Stoinis. Like, this is a really, really good squad. Ashad Khan, the new king on the block, Sharma Joseph, Mishra, Mohsin Khan, Ul Haq, Bishnoi, Marvi, Yash Takua, Yadvir Singh. Like, these are all quality names. They've lost Mark Wood, but that means literally nothing. They have such a good home advantage as well, because that stadium they play on in Lucknow tends to be quite slow, and they have a lot of those good change of pace bowlers. Now they've added David Willey into that mix. I think they're going to be sensational, and I don't think they're going to lose many games at all this season, especially at home. So definitely a contender for me. All right, we're pretty much halfway through now. On to the Mumbai Indians, one of the most controversial franchises right now. Of course, we know the whole situation with the captaincy, of course. Trust me, we know. We're across it. And it's been a weird sort of last few months for Mumbai fans. But the team's here, the squad's arrived, and they have to play cricket as a team. So I think you can put everything in the past now. They're here to win, and it shouldn't be causing that much drama during the season. The squad, though, is arguably the most strongest team on paper. Like, do I even have to read all the names? Just look at them. Like, this team is genuinely stacked as well. The all-rounders may be lacking, but when you've got Pandya, Talak, Muhammad Nabi, I don't think you really need anymore. Like, you've got Piyush Chawla, who's listed as an all-rounder for some reason. The bowlers, pretty much, I mean, look, you've got Jasprit Bumrah, Coatsy, and then pretty much just build around that. So the new replacement of Luke Wood, he came in for Jason Berendorf. But look, I think they're going to be around the mark again. I'm just leaving a little bit of room for error with the Mumbai Indians, just because we don't know if Rohit Sharma and Hardik Pandya are going to get along. Like, I can definitely see a situation where mid-season, the Mumbai Indians have only won 2 games and the captaincy is really bad, and there's just a lot of drama. I can easily see drama happening this year for Mumbai. So I'm almost willing to put them down here, but on paper, they've still got one of the best squads. Now, I'm sounding like England when I say they've got the best on paper. Okay, let's get into my boys next. The mighty Punjab Kings at our new home stadium. Where are we? Oh, gee whiz. I mean, look, we're definitely not in these top 2. That's for fucking sure. I think we're going to be here. We're going to be underrated. I think, again, this team just leaves me with no sense of direction. Like, I feel for every single Punjab King fan that has been supporting this team from the very beginning. Because it would be painful. I can't imagine what it's been like to go through this squad and support this franchise for that long. I've only been supporting them since 2019, essentially, and it's been nothing but pain every year. It is the most mediocre stuff that I see, pretty much on and off the field. But in saying that, Preeti Zinta, Shikhar Dhawan, Sam Curran, Harshal Patel, they're going to lead us to the glory, and we're going to probably finish around 7th. So that's awesome. Look, I don't think we did much with our squad, did we? Like, we added Harshal Patel, which was, you know, cool, I suppose. Does that mean anything to me? Riley Roos out, which is cool, I suppose. Yeah, it just upsets me, to be honest. Chris Wokes, whatever. Like, the bowling unit, this is where Punjab get our sense of pride. Arshdeep Singh, Nathan Ellis, Harshal Patel, Kagiso Rabada, Chahar. That is where we win games. But other than that, it's just average, to be honest. Like, I don't know. As a fan of this team, I want them to win. I want them to be good. But how can I do that when the squad's looking how it's looking? There's too much English, and it's disappointing. But we move on. RCB. Now, of course, can they do the double? The women's team has just won the title. I don't think they're going to be doing it this year. As much as for content, and as much as I'd love to see the man Virat Kohli hold up a trophy, I struggle to see it happening, unfortunately. So I think they're going to be around the underrated mark as well. Where is their squad? Let's go to it. So they've definitely upgraded their squad. I feel like it's definitely gotten better since last season, but we got to remember that last year they were a little bit inconsistent as well, and they lost too many matches at home. I think at Chinnaswamy, when the boundaries are too small and obviously it can be quite flat, other teams get a big advantage to make lots of runs as well. So yeah, they're going to need to start well. That's literally the key for RCB, is win games early and they'll cruise along pretty much. That's because they seem to get better every year as the year goes. So who's new to this team? Like obviously Patadar's in some good form, Rawat, Akash Deep, Tom Curran's in this team now, Will Jacks, Ferguson, Alzari Joseph, Khan Sharma. That's really it. Yeah, I don't know, like Siraj, like he's really good, but it's T20. Yeah, I'm sorry RCB fans, but I think that's probably fair. Yeah, we're gonna have to have a rejig after this, but yeah, I'm unsure on a few of these teams, to be honest. All right, SRH, let's do it. So, Kavya Moran, this is the team you want to be at the moment. You're getting paid the big bucks. Of course, Travis Head, Pat Cummins. I do have a soft spot for this team now. They've added in some genuine class, but the only problem is they have too many overseas players. Travis Head, Markram, Klaassen, Hasaranga, Janssen, Phillips, Pat Cummins, Faruqi. Like, that's about 14. That's about half of your roster is an overseas player. And I don't know if they know, but you can only play 4 every game. So I don't know how they're going to work around that. Markram, Head, Klaassen, Pat Cummins. But that means you're leaving out Hasaranga, Janssen, Phillips, Faruqi. So they've got a very good squad. I just think they've got too many internationals. But I think they're also going to be around the mark. Now, it could go left field very quickly, because if the team does not glue together and mix well, it's going to fall apart very, very quickly. We've seen that in the last few seasons for Sunrisers, after getting rid of their big superstars and then paying lots of money for average players like Harry Brook. It really sent them in a bad direction last season. So to kind of get some Australians in, fix the team up a little bit, make it look a bit stronger, get some leadership in, they've got a strong team. It just, can they put it all together? So I'm going to put them around the mark, but I can easily see them being down here, here. I could easily see them being here. So I think SRH is the big wild card for me this season. And into the last team, we've got the Rajasthan Royals. Nope, that is not the Royals. That is Bangalore. Now, we've got the Rajasthan Royals. Where do I put them? It's not really a squad that I ever think about, to be honest. So, Sanju, Butler, Hetmeyer, Jaiswal, Jarrell, Parag, Powell. Gee whiz, they've got a lot of good batsmen. Ferreira, Ashwin, Avesh, Bolt, Berger, Chahal, Saini, Sharma, Kuldeep Sen, Zampa. They've got a good squad. Yo, this might be a crazy thing, but I think they're a contender. I'm looking at their team and every player they've got across that list. They genuinely should be contenders. Obviously, Joss Butler, he has to make some runs this season. Jaiswal is literally the new king. Sanju Samson is a beast. Hopefully, he can bounce back again. Hetmeyer, Zampa, like, they've got clearly a super, super good squad. Just can it all be put together right there? So that is my power rankings. Unfortunately, there's no one in the bottom tier. So should we change that? I think we're going to have to change that. Who goes down the bottom? One of these 3 teams is probably the worst, and I just don't feel... Yeah, no, I don't think it's fair. We're going to delete the row, because I don't think there's going to be one team that's a spectator this year. Hopefully, it's the most competitive IPL season of all time. and let's bring it on. So let me know what you think of my power rankings down below. Of course, again, this is just opinion. It's just a guessing game at the end of the day, because we don't know what will happen. I am not Thanos, but that will cap us off. I hope we all enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see everyone in the next one.